Welcome, everybody, to Unity Spiritual Center. We're going to start out with a song called God Makes Me Want to Sing. So I invite you to stand up and sing with us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. I'm loving every living thing. I can see the face of God in paupers and kings. We're all precious, no and less or more. We've all got the same treasure in store. That's why I'm loving every little thing. Here we go. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. I believe in my guiding light. No matter what comes, it always turns out right. Just dig down to how I feel. Just take a deep breath and drag the wheel. That's why I believe in my guiding light. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. Well, I'm rising to my higher place, with the wind in my back and a smile upon my face. I'm living my dream a little more each day. It keeps on getting easier to find my way. That's why I'm rising to my higher place. Can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Ooh, makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. One more time in the chorus. Can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Makes me feel so good. I can do most. Makes me feel so good, I can do most. Makes me feel so good, I can do most anything. Yeah. All right, thank you.
Good morning, Unity. One more time, good morning, Unity. Help me welcome Reverend Gordon Keyler.
Good morning. It is good to be back with you. I'm going to make you a promise. I will not talk too long this morning. But I know that Gio had lots of great information to share with you, and I can't wait to watch it online. So if you are here for the very first time, welcome. We want you to know that we see you. We see your hopes. We see your dreams. We see your struggles, and we see your light. And we want you to know that we are here at Unity Spiritual Center to provide a safe space for you to grow spiritually. And whatever brought you here today, whether it be seeking community, spiritual growth, healing, we pray that you will find it here. And if you did not get a welcome packet, I got to remember how to do this. I was gone a week. If you did not get a welcome packet, please be sure to see one of our ushers or Ann or one of the teens in the Welcome Center, and they will be sure you get one, and make sure you connect with me at the end of service so I can say hello. We are very glad you are here with us today. So many exciting things happened in the week I was gone. Our stage has been completely redone by our music team and our AVLM team. Thank you, guys. It looks wonderful. Looks great. And we have a new candy store in town. Buffett's new location opened. John, are you guys here? Yes, hi. Their new location opened. Be sure you check it out because we know they have really good candy. If you're here at Christmas or Easter, you know. And we have a new AVLM tech along with Sal and Austin, and I don't know who's working slides today back there. Ellen. Give a special shout out to Jackson. So we are so glad. I'm so glad to be home. It was a great trip, but I'm glad to be back with you all. And we got lots of good stuff to share today. So with that, I would like to turn this service back over to Michael, who will share some announcements as we begin our celebration.
Did you do the social media?
I did not. See what happens when you take a week off. If you have not already done it, please pull out your phones and check in on your social media with the affirmation, I give my best to the world. And once you have done that, you know the drill. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb.
All right, here's some announcements for April 28, 2024. The Earth Care team is sponsoring an artful day of socializing and shopping for unique one-of-a-kind paintings, photograph, pottery, mixed media, and more. If you'd like to come and join the fun, it's Saturday next week, May 4th, 10 a.m. to 4. I was also asked by the Earth Care team to clarify that the setup is actually Friday from 12 to 6:30 p.m. and Saturday at 8:45. Or 8 to 9:45. Yes, sorry. Adventures in Faith is beginning May 12th until June 13th. Unity presents our spring Adventures in Faith based on the book Living Untethered by Michael A. Singer. There are weekly books. These are weekly book studies groups at homes throughout the metropolitan area. And we're looking for hosts, and if you would like to host, there is a sign-up sheet, and I will also be back there to answer any questions that you might have, or you can call us at the office. Town hall meeting is today after Sunday, so after you come and see me, you could go get your food, come back in, come to the town hall meeting. You can kind of check out what's actually happening here at Unity Spiritual Center. So, there are many other activities and events happening at Unity Spiritual Center. We encourage you to check out our website, Facebook page, YouTube, or online weekly newsletter, or just call the office. We're really happy to talk to you if you call. All right, our worship team. You've already met Gordon Keyler. Chris Acklin is our trustee of the day. I am your host, platform host, Michael Small. Thank you. Carol Chambers and Martine Beckman is our prayer chaplains, and you can find them on either side of the church at the end of the service. They would be happy to pray for you, and if you can't stick around, there's prayer slips in the back of the chairs, and there's a box in the foyer, and up here you can put your prayer slips in. Todd Lowry is our music director. Along with Todd Lowry is the USC band, David Craig, Brian Griesmeyer, Sharon Eldridge, and Todd Lowry. Special guest special thanks to our AVLM team, Austin, Harvey, Sal, Aya, and Elizabeth, Ellen, and we have a special guest back there, Austin's son, Jackson. Chris, you want to come up? Okay.
Good morning, Unity community. I am so happy to be here with you this morning. We have an abundance of activity, an abundance of moisture, reminding us that it's still spring. So please join me for our mission statement. We inspire spiritual growth through honoring many paths, education, prayer, sacred service, and abundant living. Now for our vision. Centered in love, We see a harmonious world of divine expression. In our core values, we are Christ-centered, loving, inclusive, joyous, uplifting, open-minded, and fun. And for our Unity Credo, we believe all people are created with sacred worth. We serve all people in emotional and spiritual ways. We welcome the diversity of all. God and unity leave no one out. And now it is the time in our service that we collect our tithes and our love offerings. And there are many ways to give and to support the church and all of the activities. You can give through the Church Center app. Also online, in the upper right corner, there's a little place to click that you can give. You can give by texting 84321, and then you can also go by the office. You can mail in a check, or if you are right here right now, you can do it now. So please join me in our offering blessing. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Here's a song by Karen Drucker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. And where you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. Sorry. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth. And where I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. Brian, play something. One more time, Brian. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth. And where we are and all we do is a blessing to the world, is a blessing to the world, is a blessing to the world.
Oh, thank you, music team. Please join me. It says prosperity blessing. We're going to call it a prosperity dedication. So please join me in the prosperity dedication. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all the needs and desires of Unity Spiritual Center and those we serve are bountifully met from every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected. Our abundant good is here now. Thank you, God.
It is time for a congregational song, so I invite you to stand and sing along with us. We're going to do a song called It's in Every One of Us. 1, 2, 3, 1. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, you and I. It's in every one of us to be free. Find your heart, open your eyes and see. We can all have everything without ever knowing how. It's in every one of us here and now. It's in every one of us here and now. Thank you very much. It's in every one of us. In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room.
Infinite peace. I am infinite peace. I feel peace when I am in the beauty around me. A clear day, flowers swaying in the breeze, a gently flowing stream, all reveal and reflect my inner nature. Lasting peace resides within my minds and hearts. If that peace is temporarily disturbed, if I am feeling out of sorts about my life or a situation of a dear one, I go within while drawing upon the infinite principles of peace and strength. I turn away from outer circumstances. I quiet the chatter of my mind by thinking of one of the places where I feel peaceful. I remember I'm innately divine and begin to feel a settling calmness. I consider my life from this higher perspective and remain centered and serene no matter what is happening in my life or in the world. I am infinite peace. Thank you.
And as we think about infinite peace, we turn within. Breathing in peace, breathing out peace. Allowing these words to become the words of our one mind, our one heart. I am infinite peace. I make a commitment to myself and to the universe to be a center of peace in all things. The world goes on around me, sometimes chaotic, sometimes churning, sometimes even violent. But I am a center of peace. I allow that peace energy to flow out from my heart. I see with the eyes of love, the eyes of understanding. And in the midst of turmoil, I look for peace. For I know that that which I give my energy to increases. Our teacher and way shower Jesus said, "My peace I give to you, the peace that passes understanding." Perhaps that is what he meant. That as I focus on infinite peace, my understanding transcends the world of appearances. I behold the beauty springing up through the chaos, through the turmoil. As I think of a thunderstorm bringing rain and nourishing the plants, even during the storm, they are growing, reaching for the sun, in full assurance that the light is there. I can do the same. In the midst of the storm, I can expand, I can grow, I can reach, committed to the knowing that the light is still there. I am infinite peace. And in the silence, I feel that peace. I become that peace. Infinite, unending, unstoppable. In peace, in silence. I am peace. Infinite peace. I am filled with the peace that passes understanding. I am become the peace that passes understanding. Peace does not require intellect. It requires heart. And as I return to this moment, this experience, becoming aware of the life-giving breath, I know that in peace, there is quite enough love right here in this very room.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, God's Spirit is in this very room. All right, Brian has a song.
You may all recognize it. We've done it before. When I was a boy, each week on Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest, and he would read the holy word, consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus turned the water to wine. And I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still, but now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but it even met a magic trick. Is it anything is here at all? So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. Well, holy water was rare at best. It barely wet my fingertips. Now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-downs. But now I walk with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Together, everything is holy now. 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 Read a questioning child's face. It say it's not a testament. Will that be very hard to say? See another new morning come. It say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. Well, this morning outside I stood. I saw a little red-winged bird. shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out. Oh, how things have changed since then, 'cause everything is holy now. Used to be a world half there, having second-rate hand-me-downs. Now I walk with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Everything is holy now.
All right, Brian, thank you.
Wow. One of my favorite songs. Thank you, Brian and Sharon and Todd and David. Wow. Everything is holy now. Everything. Every experience, every opportunity to learn, every opportunity to come together, every person we see, every flower, every tree. That rhymes. Even that's holy. Including what we have been studying the last couple weeks. We've been doing this 4 spiritual laws of prosperity based on the book by Edwin Gaines. And what we have learned so far, number 1 was the law of tithing. That which we give out comes back. Everything, our energy, our love, our material good, you name it, when we put ourselves in the flow, it increases. That is the way the universe works. Physics, science tells us the very same thing. We also learned the principle of goal setting. Goals are the crucibles that catch the energy that we put out there. They are stepping stones towards our ultimate unfolding, towards our vision. Without goals, there can be no movement. And last week, Reverend Gio Downer shared with you the principles of forgiveness. Forgiveness serves to release us from our attachment to the past and past experiences, to what did not work. And it allows us to move into a consciousness of no blame, which frees us from bondage. The need for forgiveness allows us to transmute negative energy into positive energy. And so today, we finally reach what is almost the end, because I'm adding one more lesson to this series that's not in Edwin's book next week. And just to give you a little bit of teaser, it's going to be called Hell in the Hallway. You've heard the expression that when one door opens, another closes. When one door closes, another opens, but it's hell in the hallway. But there is always a light at the door. So we'll be talking about that because it does tie into all of this. But today we're going to be looking at the principle of finding our divine purpose. Every single human being came to this experience we call life with a divine purpose, a crucial role. And what I have learned in my life through the years is that when you make a 100% commitment to that divine purpose, to do something, to be something, to move toward your divine purpose with integrity, the universe will open in a way you could never imagine to assist you on that journey. Edwin Gaines says the very same thing in her book, and is a paraphrase of a teaching I heard many years ago by Henry David Thoreau that goes, if one advances confidently in the direction of their dreams and endeavors to live the life they have imagined, they will meet with a success unexpected in the common hours. Unexpected in the common hours. I love that idea that the universe itself is not against us. There is nothing or no one against us. The universe, creation itself, is here to empower us to become what we are meant to be. And so life is about a journey. It's about a journey, number one, to figure out what your divine purpose is. How many of you know that, what your divine purpose is? You don't have to raise your hands because that requires deep, deep, deep work. And we may think our divine purpose is at this level, and when we reach that level, we find out, oh, wait, there's a more divine purpose. A diviner purpose? When we commit to it, when we commit to living life to the fullest, to becoming who we are supposed to become, not by anybody else's definition. You go to many churches and they will tell you what you are supposed to be. Here we empower you to discover what you are supposed to be, who you are supposed to be. And it's different for every one of us. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of the universe. Look out into the galaxy, into the stars, at the pictures from the Hubble and that, newest telescope. I can't think of the name of it right now. But anyway, you'll see the universe is incredibly diverse. And every time we think we understand it, we find something new, something amazing. So as we grow the same way. We're part of the universe. And as we reach each level of unfoldment, we discover there's even more. I kind of believe maybe that's what Jesus was referring to when he said, in my Father's house there are many mansions. Maybe those many mansions are an even fuller expression than what he was expressing as the Christ at that time. Maybe he caught a glimpse of that we are all growing and expanding, and there is no end to that. But in order to do that, we have to make a commitment. Think about what that word means, commitment. For many of us, I know that's scary. Oh, I don't do commitment. That's scary. What does the word mean? Well, commitment is not hazy. It's not wishy-washy. It's not vague. It's not, I'll do it if it seems like it will work out. I've heard people say, well, that's just not what God had in mind for me. It's a passionate 100%, putting your entire life into your journey. A funny thing happens when we're in that energy of 100% commitment. We discover that we have more power than we ever realized. You may say, well, I don't know how to do fill in the blank there. And that may be true. Your commitment might be to do something you've never done before. And you say, well, I don't know how to do that. Well, I love how Edwene Gaines addresses that in her book. She says, you didn't know how to be born on this planet. You didn't know how to do puberty either. But you did it. We often forget a core unity teaching, that there is only one mind. Charles Fillmore said, God is omniscience, and we are one with God. Therefore, we are one with that divine mind. That knowledge that we need may not be in our human mind at the moment as we step out on our journey to unfold, but when we're committed to it, we discover that we have access to God mind. We have access to all knowledge. And the way we access it is to get into the harmonic vibration or the frequency, the wavelength of that divine idea. We talk a lot in Unity about energy because, as Tesla said, if you want to know the nature of the universe and how things work, think in terms of energy and frequency. Jesus was saying the same thing, except they used words like spirit, and they didn't have the same science, but they knew this. When we get into that energy, that frequency, we have access because we are in one place with it. It requires that we step out in faith, though, that we step off. You know, a commitment is a place in consciousness where there is no turning back. We begin with no guarantee of success. Think about the satellite that we're working to create, satellite campuses. Nobody in Unity has ever done it. I don't know how to do it. But I know that every step of the way we will be made available of the information we need to make it happen. The door is open. We're by affirming we are doing it, we are putting ourselves in that vibration. It is an unknown journey. The next step may be unknown, but if we step off in confidence, the way is clear. I love what a very wise person that I knew years ago said, Leroy White. One time in a meditation, he swore he never said it, but I heard him clear as a bell. And it has become my mantra for my life. If you walk to the edge of the universe and step off, it will expand. If you walk to the edge of the universe and step off, it will expand. What happens when we step off? How does it expand? Well, what happens is we are stepping into a harmonic frequency by speaking the word, and everything begins with the word. Think about Genesis. And God said, or the Gospel of John, in the beginning was the word, or vibration. A word is simply a sound. It's wavelengths of varying frequencies. We give them meaning, but what is it really? It is energy. It is energy being created. With our words, we create. Let me give you an example in my own life. Many, many years ago, I had a thought that I will be a minister someday. I didn't know what kind. I hadn't heard of unity at that point. I kind of forgot about it over the years. And then I reached a point where I said, I am going to be a unity minister. I am going to be a unity minister. Can you hear the energy in that? Can you also hear what's not right in that sentence? It's right, but it doesn't. What would keep that from unfolding? I am going to be. For years, I was in the process of going, but never being. How many of us in our lives are going to do something or going to become something? Well, guess what? You're going. But what if we did it? What if we said it? What if we began to create that energy that it is, not that it is going to be? When I changed my thinking from I am going to be a unity minister to I am a unity minister, the doors began to open. Here at our Unity Spiritual Center, we envision having satellites, great, but to move beyond that, maybe we need to shift how we say it. We have a satellite in Bernalillo. I don't know precisely where in Bernalillo it is, but it's there. The energy is coalescing in that place, and the doors will open. What I'm trying to get across here is the more we can live in the present tense, the more we have an actual energetic relationship with what it is we are trying to become as individuals, as institutions, as nations, as a race of human beings, the more closer to manifestation we are. We're making it firm in consciousness. Going back to Genesis, God created the firmament. Metaphysically, the vibration of energy became firm. It became manifest. That book is important not because it's how the universe was created. That was based on their understanding at the time. But it's important because it's the creative process we all use every day. We speak the word, and then we put light on it. We make it firm in our consciousness. Someday I'll do a whole class on the creative process found in Genesis because we do use it every day. Once a commitment becomes firm, it draws to it that which is needed. Have any of you ever noticed that? You're working towards a goal and you're really committed to it, and all the resources you need start showing up? A commitment verbalized, Edwin Gain writes, automatically creates its own support team. When I verbalized the commitment to expanding Unity's reach in New Mexico, I created a frequency of energy, and then other people began getting on board with that frequency of energy. People who had skill, commitment, and vision showed up to be a team to create it. And that team hasn't met in a couple weeks, but we're going to start again pretty soon, I think, because we needed a break. We put a lot of energy into it. And sometimes that's important too. You have to take a Shabbat or Sabbath and let that energy just kind of coalesce and then get back into it. Once we have verbalized the commitment, though, we also have to remain open to the signals that the universe sends us. It's okay to ask for a go signal. Anybody ever had a dream or a vision or something you're committed to, you're working on it, but it's like, I don't know whether to take this next step or not? That's when you go within and you say, okay, God, I need a go signal here. Jesus taught, ask and you shall receive. It really does work. Now, Greg Barrett years ago told a story that I thought was his story, and in reading the book again, I realized he was telling Edwin Gaines' story. But he was talking about after he had graduated ministerial school and was going to an interview at his first church. And it was a little church way up in Maine. He wasn't sure whether he was going to take it or she or whoever wrote the story. And they made him an offer, and he was like, oh, gosh, should I take it? I don't know. So he pulled over on the side of the road, and he prayed. He said, God, you gave Moses a sign. You gave him a burning bush for crying out loud. Give me a clear, easy sign to understand. It was nighttime. And he ended his prayer. He turned his headlights back on, and his headlights lit up a billboard that was right in front of him that he hadn't seen before. It said, Eat at the Burning Bush Cafe. He took the job. I'm making it his story because that's the way he told it to me. Sometimes, though, the sign comes from within when we become still and silent. That's why we become still and silent. That's what silent meditation is all about. We are tuning within. We are creating a crucible to receive divine ideas. And they may not always come in the moment when we're in the silence. But when we spend time in silence and shut off the monkey mind, the divine mind comes through. The ideas come through. Sometimes we may get a stop signal. When things just don't seem to be working out, when there's one roadblock after another, go ahead and listen to that. Don't make it an excuse, but listen to it. Sometimes it's a matter of waiting for the frequencies to line up just right. I heard a story many years ago about how trapeze artists work. And imagine you're at the circus, and there's a trapeze up there, and somebody's swinging back and forth on it. There's another trapeze artist on a pole on the other end, letting go of the empty one, and it has to be in sync. When that person leaps off to grab that bar, it's got to be in sync. And if you watch, you'll notice sometimes they go for quite a while, swinging back and forth, and the person swinging the empty bar back and forth, waiting for the frequency to line up. And when we're in tune, like the trapeze artist, they know, they feel it, that connection to that other bar, and they let go and trust and know that it's going to be there. Edwin Gaines tells the story about, similar to that, she was in that place of waiting for the energies to line up. She had completed ministerial school, and she wanted to have a church and speak at a church in Kansas City because in those days, every ministerial student wanted to speak in Kansas City. But there was no opportunity to do so. But she got the message in meditation, show up, be of service, and the doors will open. So she joined one of the churches there, and she offered, just let me mop and make coffee on Sunday mornings. And she did that for months. And then one morning, the minister called her before service and had laryngitis and said, would you do the service? The energies had lined up. Sometimes we have to do that too. But the most important thing we have to understand in this is that acceptance that we do have a purpose. Every human being, regardless of where you are on your life journey, you have a purpose. If you're sitting in this room hearing these words, if you're on Facebook hearing these words, you have a purpose. If you don't hear these words, you still have a purpose. Emerson wrote, "Oh human," he wrote, oh man, but I'm changing it. "Oh human, there is no planet, sun, or star that can hold you if you but knew who you are." There is no planet, sun, or star that can hold you if you but knew who you are. You have a divine purpose. You have a reason for living. So ask yourself, first, what one issue seems most important to me? Now, I'm going to advise you that you alone are not going to stop climate change. You're not going to feed every homeless person. Make it personal. What can I do? What one issue seems most important to me? It may be an issue at this point in your life of getting your own health back, of educating yourself on something, of raising your children. It's different for everybody. Make it something you can relate to on an individual level. And know that it ties into the greater picture. If we all put our oxygen masks on first, then we can help the people next to us. We can expand it. But we can't do any good if we're not in that place ourselves. So what one issue seems most important to me? What would be the perfect solution to this challenge? Don't analyze it. Ask yourself, what would be the perfect solution to this challenge? Can I visualize it? Can I see it clearly? Can I write a description of what it would look like if the transformative work was complete? I talk a lot about the satellite vision that I have. Imagine right now, Sunday morning at 10:52, I've got 8 more minutes. 10:52, there's a group of people in Bernalillo, and they're watching us online or they're hearing of a speaker there. And they're having the same empowering message, not word for word, but the same kind of message, the same energy, the same beautiful music, the same sense of community, and the same realization that, wow, unity teachings are different. Unity teachings are not about squashing down and blame and sin and shame. They're about empowerment and stepping up and being God in expression, being who I am truly meant to be. Can you see that? Can you feel it? Can you feel it happening in other unity churches around the world right now? Visualization is important. It puts us into that energy of it. Write a description of what it would look like if the work was complete. And then ask, what do I need to know in order to begin? And this is where we in our culture have a big problem, because we think we have to know the whole route. We have to know every step, every nuance. Well, I'm not going to start until I have the plan. You don't need to know much at all. The biggest thing you need to know is I will commit, and I am open to answers. I am open to the thoughts of divine mind. And then the final step, will I commit to staying the course, to working in integrity? One of the wisest things I ever heard was somebody said to me, it is good to be a seeker, but it is better to be a finder. How many of you are seeking higher spiritual understanding? Don't raise your hands. How many of you are seeking wisdom? I love it when somebody comes to me and says, I am a spiritual seeker. I am a spiritual seeker. And I say, what does that mean? I says, well, I've tried Buddhism, I've tried Hinduism, I've tried Christianity, I've tried Judaism, I've tried you name it. And I said, and? Well, none of those really resonate. What if you became a spiritual finder? Find your spirituality. Find your place. Find your mission. Find your ultimate purpose. Because ultimately, we are here for one reason: to discover and demonstrate our own divinity. We say we are created in the image and likeness of God. Isn't it time we started believing that? No? I'm going to ask the question again. We say we are created in the image and likeness of God. Isn't it time we started believing that? Yes, think about the image of God. I'm poor, I'm tired. I don't know nothing, I'm not worthy. That's not God. That's not the image we are created in. And yet that's the message we've received, many of us, for so many years. Isn't it time we started acting like that is the truth? God is a creative force. And if we are in the image and likeness of God, then guess what? We too are a creative force. Each and every one of us. What is it you are called to create? Stephen Lovegrove, who's called America's life coach, wrote this: you are a soul. You are a creator. You are an individual. Absolutely and positively one of a kind. You are an energetic being of love with enough power inside of you to change the entire world forever. You, every one of you, you are the light of the world. You are meant to have life and have it abundantly. But more powerful yet, you are meant to lead the way to others so that they too may have an abundant life. Namaste. Hi, how you doing? Good.
All right, here's a song called I Know a Place. And, well, of course, the place is here. So, are we ready? Give me 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I know a place where people can be free. It's a different kind of place. They call it unity. You can let your feelings show. You can be yourself. Where every sorrow ends, every hope begins. Unconditional love and amazing grace. Yeah. I know a place. Light shines through every window. The door's always open wide. Each question has an answer. Come on inside. You can see your hopes and dreams, your struggles and your strife. Where every sorrow ends, every hope begins. Unconditional love and amazing grace. Yeah. I know a place. All the colors of the rainbow are part of its design. It doesn't matter who you love, as long as you love. We are all children of God, right here, right now. We know that unity is a safe place to be. Know a place where people can be free. It's a different kind of place. They call it unity. You can let your feelings show. You can be yourself. But every sorrow ends, every hope begins. Unconditional love and amazing grace. Yeah. I know design. A new day is rising, compassionate and kind. Life's a symphony, and each of us is an instrument. You know that unity is a safe place to be. I know a place. Come on, come on, come on. Welcome home, I know a place. Come on, come on, come on. Welcome home, I know a place. Come on, come on, come on. Welcome home, I know a place. Come on, come on, come on. Welcome home, I know a place. Come on, come on, come on. Welcome home, I know a place. Come on, come on, come on. Welcome home, I know a place. Come on, come on, come on. Welcome home. All right, thank you. Hey, there's some kids back there. You walking in the light of God. You're walking in the light of God. You're walking in. I forgot the key. We are walking in the light of God. We are walking, 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 walking in the light of God. We are walking, 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 walking in the light of God.
Good morning, Unity family. How are you today? We have some kids that want to share with you.
So we were making these like humans, so they look like tracing us, and yeah, and we also had to like label some stuff. I don't know what, and maybe some of us don't have our shoes on.
Thanks, Tessa.
We ate a very unhealthy breakfast. It's totally healthy. It was a donut, a sucker, and a tiny brownie. And some gum.
Thank you, thank you. Anybody else want to share? All right. I want to thank the teenagers and the tweenagers for helping today with the ushering. Yay. And as you can see, Tessa's been taking really good care of Vivi. We're very happy for that. We have a couple of kids back in the classroom, but they're safe with Mr. Patrick, just in case some of the parents are wondering. Anyhow, would you please join me in blessing these beautiful children?
Say our prayer for protection and peace song, and don't forget, grab some coffee and donuts and brownies and suckers, and then join us back in here for our town hall. Oh, prayer protection. You guys ready? Everybody ready? All right. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is swoovy.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be
I take. Let this be my joyous vow.